It's been a few hours now since Thomas Frank has been sacked. That news was dropped earlier today by the biggest and best transfer and football journalists on social media. Now the dust has settled in. People have started to realize that the likelihood of us having an interim manager between now and the end of the season is very, very likely. Some reports have come out that Heitinga will take training and will take the interim role until the end of the season. Matt Law has come out on a number of different tweets and spoken about there was a lack of respect from certain players. Thomas Frank was obsessed with the way that Arsenal play football. And you look at Johnny Heitinga's previous role as a head coach was at Ajax and he got sacked. De Zerbi has just been relieved of his duties at Marseille. Mauricio Pochettino is the name that keeps coming up left, right, and center. Is the homecoming. You know that song? I think about you now and then because I'm coming home again. That Kanye West song. That is what we should play if Poch comes back. Now, what do we do in the next 12 days has the capability to save our season or we get relegated? It's as simple as that. This football club is massively underperforming. A lot of these players are massively overhyped. Equally, though, they're not as bad as the recent results make out. What I do find interesting, the timing of the sacking makes perfect sense. Matt Law has come out and said that the players will be given 4 to 5 days off. This gives the club 4 to 5 days because we don't have a football match for 12 days because of we're no longer in the FA Cup. This gives the club time to get an interim manager in between now and the end of the season. Robbie Keane is on the list, according to Matt Law. Harry Redknapp's on the list. Sherwood's on the list. Hundreds of managers are being linked, left, right, and centre. Make sure you go down and drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's jump straight into this. So Matt Law has said Robbie Keane is also on the list as an interim option to replace Thomas Frank. What doesn't help us is that Michael Carrick's doing extremely well at Man United. Roberto De Zerbi and Pochettino are on the short list to replace Thomas Frank. We'll come to those two in a minute. I want to talk about the interim first because we have got 12 days, or not less than that. We have got 11 days to save our season. 11 days. If we fuck up this interim appointment, I'll be honest with you, there's a chance we go down. Heitinga and Robbie Keane are two candidates to be interim manager at Spurs, although whether Keane would consider as an interim role is unknown. Even if Heitinga already at the club is named interim, there will be a restocking of the coaching staff with Thomas Frank's staff set to depart, which probably isn't a bad thing, is it? Let's be brutally honest. Now, our season could collapse even further if we get this wrong. Tottenham moving for Roberto De Zerbi, as it stands, is unlikely. That's coming out from the Daily Mail. So we all know it's going to be Pochettino in the summer. So whoever we bring in, we're basically going to turn around to them and say, look, you're going to do this job for about 12 days. It's as simple as that. You are going to do this job until the end of the season, until we can bring someone better in. But if we cock up this, it can go one of two ways. It could go like Stellini after Conte, or it can go like Michael Carrick at Manchester United. The Spurs hierarchy is now conscious of this toxicity among the fan base, that they realise they need a manager that will bring unity to the club. That has led to Pochettino emerging as the preferred candidate. Some on the board are pushing to make it happen now, although the feeling is nevertheless that Pochettino won't leave the US job before the World Cup. I tell you this now, if we appoint Mauricio Pochettino between now and the end of the season, you will get one hell of a new manager bounce and everyone will be on side. Because we have got a very, 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 very difficult run of fixtures coming our way. We have got to play Liverpool away. We have got to play Fulham away. We have got to play Sunderland away. We have got to play Arsenal at home, and we have got to play Crystal Palace at home. Crystal Palace did the double over us last year. And we beat Crystal Palace away this year, but our home record is disastrous. If we don't go out there and beat Arsenal on the 22nd of February, which would depend on the new manager bounce, if we bring in someone that the club get behind, there could be a lot of positives to it. There really, really could be a lot of positives. You could get a run of games like Michael Carrick has, where everything just seems to go right for us. But equally, it could go terribly wrong, and we could be sitting here once again with the situation at hand, like Stellini. Now, I like De Zerbi, but what this club want to do right now, I've sat on it today. I don't think it's the right man. He relies on a very, very aggressive pressing midfield and a forward line. We don't have the pressing players fit. We haven't got Bergvall, Kulusevski, Maddison. We have got Archie Gray, Paulinho, Bissouma, and Sarr. They aren't going to press. We've got too many injuries, left, right, and centre. It has been confirmed today that Wilson Odobert has sustained a left ACL tear. So the likelihood is he will be out for the rest of the season now, which means going into the North London derby, which is in 11 days' time, we have got, the list of players, you have to scroll out so much just to see the players. These are the players that we have got missing from that game. Look at this list. Romero, Davis, Kulusevski, Udogie, Maddison, Danso, Bergvall, Kudus, Porro, Richarlison, Bentancur, Odobert. We have got 12 players missing. And the predicted 11 that they're saying, there's not even a predicted 11. That is a very, very tough run of games. I think personally, and this might not be popular with a lot of the fans, but I'd give it to Harry Redknapp and Robbie Keane, or Harry Redknapp and someone else who knows the club, right? And just say, do what you can between now and the end of the season. We've got maximum 2 Champions League games because I don't believe we're going to make the quarterfinal the way we're playing. So that's 2 games in the last 16. And we have got 12 Premier League games. So we've got 14 games left between now and the end of May. That is all we've got left. We've got to play Chelsea away still. We've got to play Villa away still. That's 2 really difficult away games. We've got to play Liverpool away. That's 3 difficult away games. Fulham away is 4 difficult away games. Sunderland, we have got to play 5 difficult away games between now and the end of the season. And hopefully, somehow, some way, salvage our home form. Because we aren't a million miles away. This is what I was trying to say earlier, right? We aren't a million miles away from Europe. Everton are 8 points away. If you get a new manager bounce and you manage to kick on, right, you win your next game, you're up to 13th. You win the next game after that, if results go your way, you're in 11th, pushing on for the top 10. Right? We should be able to beat Palace at home with a new manager bounce. We should be able to get something away at Fulham with a new manager bounce. But do you trust this football club to appoint the right manager? Absolutely not. The lack of competence, the sure amount of incompetence that this football club has got, they've got no idea what they're doing. We had an injury crisis and we brought no one in of any quality in January. Tottenham have explored contingencies should they decide to call time on Frank's reign. There is an obvious reluctance to sack the Dane, but a 12-day window before the North London derby offers the time to move. That come out last night. Fast forward 12 hours later, we sacked him. You look at the situation at the club right now. This is what I was saying earlier. They've been given 5 days off before the club announced the sacking of Thomas Frank. It gives the club time to decide their best course of action and make an appointment in time for the new man to take training from Monday in preparation for the North London derby against Arsenal. Now, Arsenal have to play 3 times in the next 11 days. They've got to play tomorrow, then against Wigan, and then against Wolves. So we have got 11 days to get our match sharpness up. We have got 11 days to build something, build a bit of togetherness within the ranks. And a lot of that is going to come down to who we appoint. Now, I look at the summer. If we bring in Pochettino, I personally believe next year we will be a completely different side because he is a better coach than Thomas Frank. He is a better coach than Nuno. He's a better coach than Heitinga. He understands the club. He got us to a Champions League final. He got us to a League Cup final. Granted, we didn't get over the line, but he was a miles better coach than what we've currently got. And between now and between the end of the season, we have to do everything we can to progress throughout the end of the season. Let me know your thoughts. Would you bring in Poch? Would you bring in the Zerbi? And I'll see you soon. I'm out.